we have a philosophy with our clients, our customers, in our engagements is we'll meet them where they want to be met,
Right.
and where they need to be met on their journey, right? They may be on-prem or in colo, and they want to move to a private or jump into Azure. And the way we look at it is cloud is an investment.
Hey everyone, Charles Schwenger here from 10th Magnitude. We're here in Toronto at WPC 2016. I'm here with Jon.
Nice to meet
and
you.
With Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yep.
If you guys could give a quick intro and just talk about a little bit about Atmosera, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
My name is Ben Gallo. I'm the Vice President of Sales at Atmosera.
I'm Jon Thomsen. I'm the CEO of Atmosera, and Atmosera is a global hybrid managed services platform focused 100% on Microsoft technology platform. We own data centers, so we have the co-location piece. We do that well. We do private cloud. Have been doing private cloud since 2010, and then over the last 2.5 years, have been doing Azure as well. So combining all three in optimizing our clients' investment in cloud and in that hybrid strategy.
Great. So I know that you guys have done a number of different panels this week and have been hearing a lot of different conversations just around cloud and SIs and managed service partners. Is there a main theme that you guys are really hearing or feeling just as a culture of your company?
Certainly, digital transformation, which is a huge theme here at WPC. But for us, it's good to see all the different partners out there, hear the stories of what's going on, understanding that what we're doing is sort of core to the direction of what Microsoft and their vision. And it's good to see that hybrid is a reality. I mean, we have hybrid deployments out there. It's good to hear that other people are doing the same thing. It's just validating to our business plan and the direction that Atmosera is going.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned hybrid. I know that there's just kind of not only just the technical pieces of having hybrid platforms, but I've been noticing just as Microsoft has changed their selling tactics over the years, they're almost creating a hybrid network of partners, right? So different types of partners, SIs like 10th Magnitude, MSPs like you guys.
Right.
How do you see that relationship kind of growing over time? Just how Microsoft can help firms like us really get to market and work with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so a lot of times when SIs or service providers like us engage with the customer is just trying to get to the cloud, and so a lot of the focus is on that initial project, that initial point of concept, and the build. And what they don't understand a lot of times is that there's a lot of new skills involved in the operate, right? So it's not just get the application to the cloud, but also what do you do once you have it there? How do you do your patch management? How do you do your change management? How do you make sure that you've got security and availability in a way that you're used to? And so the great thing about the WPC is that Microsoft's done a great job in marrying those relationships together. We've met, tens, 50, 100 partners here where we've got great complementary skills, where we've got partners that are specialized in the build and the design side around the different Microsoft applications, working with us together with the Microsoft team to really develop and provide a holistic solution to the customers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And add on to that.
Yeah,
so one of the themes, so tomorrow I'm presenting in one of the sessions, and the theme of the session is how to grow a successful managed services provider business. And essentially the takeaway is if you're an SI, you've got to look towards where the MSP is, and if you're an MSP, you got to look to what the services are an SI delivers, because right now clients are expecting the full spectrum of the solution, right? Yeah. So if you're an SI and you're really good on that front end professional service, architecture and say re-platform, you got to look at, because clients are going to start looking, as Ben was saying, for someone to operate that. And same thing if we're an operator and we're really good at that, we need some of that front end services. So that's the theme of the presentation tomorrow, and I think it's supported by what Microsoft wants to message.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've just been from a messaging perspective, with customers, I keep hearing just get me out of the data center. And so I noticed 2 years ago it was is cloud right? Cloud is this new thing, and now it's just kind of a no-brainer, and it's really, what does it look like for you? Because everyone has a different view of what that cloud is, and so as they work to get out of that data center, creating that relationship between firms for SIs to help deploy, MSPs to help them operate, really helps create a strong relationship.
And we have a philosophy with our clients, our customers, in our engagements is we'll meet them where they want to be met,
right,
and where they need to be met on their journey, right? They may be on-prem or in colo, and they want to move to a private or jump into Azure. And the way we look at it is cloud is an investment. No different if I was investing my money into the financial markets. For a given risk tolerance, there is an optimal investment that'll give the optimal return for that given risk.
Mm-hmm.
No different from a cloud strategy. We look at cloud as an investment, and now with Azure, Cloud OS, private cloud, and colo, we look at it as an investment. Cloud is an investment, so we essentially look for that optimal, most efficient point on that cloud curve, if you will, where given application use case, load profile, security compliance, strategy, budget, whatever the business drivers are, we can find the optimal cloud deployment. It might be 100% private cloud, 100% public cloud, 100% colo, or some combination of the three, and we can pinpoint that for them and meet them where they want to be met or need to be met as an organization.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just say finding out that optimal place really speaks to our language of saying cloud is adoption, right? And how far along that adoption curve are you?
Right. But what I really like too, and I feel like I have to let our audience know, is that we've done a couple projects together. What I really like about how the way that 10th Magnitude looks at this is very similar to Atmosera, which is customers will say, well, do I move everything to the cloud? And we have a reality conversation with them, right? We really work with them to explore what the business needs are, what they're trying to accomplish, what they're not getting out of the status quo today, and then help them understand what are those ideal best use cases, right? So what are they really going to get value out of, back to Jon's analogy of where am I getting my highest rate of return on investment in going to Microsoft Cloud Platform, Azure, Office 365, and so on, and then help them realize that with not only an intelligent build and architecture, but also with the follow through of the operations afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks for the call out. Really excited to be working with you guys. Now shooting a Manhattan's video in Toronto here at WPC. I'm really excited about the partnership. How do you guys see that growing over the next 6 months or 12 months?
Definitely for us, I would like to expand that relationship only because we have a tremendous amount of clients that are looking for the services that say 10th Magnitude is offering. We're good at what we do, and just as I explained in the session tomorrow, we have that gap, that need to provide that front-end professional services to help fine-tune, architect, and decide the right workload for the right environment. And once that's solved, we can certainly do a component of it, but having 10th Magnitude that has 5-6 years of experience in doing so in Azure just makes us a winning team.
Yep.
So it's I'd love to see the relationship grow quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of different kind of partners entering this world of CSP.
Right.
How has that really either impacted your business? Are you guys part of CSP?
Yeah, we're a CSP. We're COSN certified. And we have a number of Azure certified hybrid deployments as well. So CSP was critical in the transformation of our business a couple years ago. Certainly allowed us to resell all of that is Azure and the cloud from the Microsoft perspective, and then combining that with COSN, which gives us the private cloud realm, gives us that hybrid story, gives us that hybrid capability. So the CSP, being part of CSP, has been extremely important, very transformative from a business perspective for us. To embrace Office 365 and Azure and to do it well and successfully, you really have to transform the business from that traditional infrastructure engineering type business, infrastructure as a service. I guess what I would say is the past way of doing things from a managed service provider to now embracing a much more software-defined paradigm.
Yeah.
So, we have hired DevOps folks. We certainly have leveraged 10th Magnitude for some automation work, and you're seeing us become much more of a software-defined company to embrace and to deliver all that is, infrastructure as a service in a private cloud with Azure Stack, and then Azure, and then eventually, or not eventually, but more predominantly PaaS, right?
Well, and that gives a lot of focus around IP and the IP conversation, and how is that impacting your business? How is it impacting different partners? And how can you really be able to keep that IP and retain it, retool it, to be able to provide better solutions to your end clients, faster, more efficiently, things like that. How has the IP conversation changed with you guys as kind of CSP has come in, as all the conversations have matured over the past couple of years?
I mean, it's core and critical to the success in being a CSP partner. And I'll give you a great example. So we had a customer come to us that had a problem sharing data around the world. They had a great BI tool, but it only worked to the users that were local to it, and anywhere else in the world, it was just too slow for the user experience. And so they came to us with this business problem, and what we ended up building was a quote-unquote follow-the-sun database solution for them. So as their users came up in Europe, East Coast, West Coast, APAC and Australia, the closest version of the database and the business intelligence was to the end user. And after that was done and deployed, what we've done in the spirit of what Microsoft has asked the partners to do is turn that into some intellectual property. We've actually created a repeatable product. So now the next time a customer asks us for, hey, we've got this complex application, but there's a lot of data, we now have a solution for that. And so we can turn it into more, there's still a little bit of customization, but it's more of a rinse and repeat. And you hear that as an ongoing theme here at the WPC, where they're asking all of their partners to create, they want them to create intellectual property. They want them to create products that are based on the Microsoft Cloud platform, but it's to the benefit of the partners. The partners can then go out and solve more of their customer solutions with that intellectual property.
That's really the future of our business as we look to deliver on that hybrid promise, that hybrid vision, is building IP against the platform as a service. Microsoft has done a great job, leader in PaaS, if you will, but PaaS is just a bunch of unique tool sets that that are extremely beneficiary, but we see true value in building IP against those tool sets to make unique SKUs, unique products, but also make the end user experience and the overall, I guess, supporting of an application or a business need that much more seamless, that much more valuable. So we're moving from the traditional infrastructure as a service, which we'll continue to do, but we'll build IP against the PaaS platform that is Azure Stack and or Azure, which is transforming our business. Like I said, we had hired DevOps. We're hiring folks and training them up on Azure, and I'm sure that all the partners out there are having a tough time recruiting and retaining. I've heard stories where they'll train folks up, they'll get them skilled, and then they'll be poached away because someone else is paying them twice as much, which then relies heavily on an organization really focusing on culture and building the right culture, a destination meaningful culture. And that's what we really tried to do at Atmosera over the last 2.5 years, is to create something that is both high performing, meaningful to folks, and the philosophy really that we have as an executive team and as an organization is you focus on your employees and you focus on your clients. And if you focus on your employees, they'll help take care of your clients. And if you do all of that and you're smart with strategy and certainly the basic common sense of finances, that you'll build a great business and be a lot of reward for your clients and others.
So any last pieces of advice for other partners that are really looking to get into this space? What's the success point for all these different pieces? How do you pull it together?
Jump in, be focused, go all in, and do it now. Do it now while there's opportunity, and the market hasn't been set. 4, 5, 6 years from now, there will be a stratification within CSP and in this marketplace, and right now there's a tremendous amount of opportunity. It takes great people, talent, focus, great partners, and certainly I've never seen an organization be more forward-leaning to a partner ecosystem than Microsoft. And I've worked in a bunch of different industries, not just technology, and I've never seen an organization, regardless of size, be so supportive and of its partner ecosystem. And I have no bias. Certainly I'm a Microsoft fan now, but prior to this, it was neutral on the belief. But I've never seen an organization be so supportive. So it's great to be a part of that.
Well, I think that really speaks to the opportunity that's in front of us and in front of other partners and everyone who's part of the Microsoft community and the customer ecosystem, for us to be working together and continuing to make our clients happy and be successful as businesses.
Well, thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah.